Welcome to Chat with Pat. I'm your host, Patricia Peters. We'll dive into fascinating topics, share inspiring stories, we're going to share our thoughts, and explore new ideas. Me and you. Get ready for 30 minutes of fun, learning, and connection. Who's ready to chat? And we are live. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone across the globe, wherever you are. We appreciate you tuning in. Tonight, I have a gorgeous lady on screen. But before I get to her, let me tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Patricia Peters. I'm a mom, a wife, a daughter, a sister, a neighbor, and a friend. And above all of that, I am a digital business owner, and I am so happy that I started this business a year ago because you know what, guys? Nothing is guaranteed in life. I got laid off on the 25th of March after 25 years in the corporate world. So my advice to all of you, listen to her today and don't put all your eggs in one basket. Much said about me. So let me tell you a little bit about this pretty woman on screen. From the bustling halls of an ICU to the heartwarming embrace of motherhood, she has walked a path of resilience, sacrifice, and triumph. A proud mother and a dedicated nurse. She moved to the US from the Philippines 20 years ago, pouring her strength into saving lives while navigating the challenges of raising a family. During the pandemic, she became the backbone of her hospital, tirelessly doing the work, all while carrying new life within her. Despite the overwhelming demands of work and family, she never lost sight of what truly mattered, cherishing the precious milestones of her children. When her husband pursued his degree, she became the sole provider, making heart wrenching decisions to ensure her family's thrive. In the midst of adversity, she refused to settle for struggle. She chose abundance. Then, a moment of faith, simple Facebook ad spoke to her soul. Unknowingly, a woman behind it was just minutes away. And taking that bold step felt like destiny. What seemed like a leap of faith became a life-changing opportunity. Now she's not only soaring in business, but also inspiring others, other ambitious moms as well, and parents to reclaim their time and financial freedom. Her mentor, her fellow nurse, in the same hospital, made the journey even more meaningful. Stepping into this transformative platform has brought her immense joy, fulfillment, and success. Today, she's not just living her dream, she's helping others to do the same. A beautiful, intelligent, compassionate woman, she embodies kindness and strength and love, a devoted mother, a supportive wife, and a beacon of hope for parents looking for more. Her story is proof that courage leads to blessings, and now she's making sure others receive them too. Welcome, Sophia Javier, to my platform, Chat with Pat. I am deeply honored to have you here, and thanks for accepting my invitation. So, take it away, girl. Introduce yourself.
Oh my goodness, that is such an amazing introduction, and I got goosebumps just hearing it. But good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you who are watching this or will be watching the replay. And
Yeah.
as Pat said, my name is Sophia Javier, and I am an ICU nurse by trade, a mom of two little ones, chaos, I called. A 1 year old and a 3 year old, and a mother, and I am a wife to a nurse as well, and I am an immigrant living here in Texas, USA.
Amen. Amen. Wow. Thank you so much for that introduction.
Yes.
So, guys, you see, she has her plate full. Can you guys listen to all the stuff this woman has?
Just a little.
She
Just a
doesn't.
little.
She doesn't have one plate. She has a whole buffet.
Hey, I said, why not more, right? Why
Right.
not more? Because I added on my full plate
Mhm.
um, as a mentor, a business, a digital mentor on top of it as a cherry on top, right?
That is the cherry on the cake. That you're right. You're right.
Yes.
You know, as women, we are multitaskers and we can do so many things.
Yes.
So, and I know some women out there are looking from the outside and they're like, hell no, I can't do all of this stuff that these women can do. You can do it, guys. You can do it. Listen, she's from the Philippines. I'm from Guyana. Where we come from, we know what suffering is. We know what hardship is, right? So
Mhm.
when we have a gold mine and a gold pot, we'll dig into it.
Exactly. Exactly. When you have a goal, nothing can stop you.
Absolutely, yes. Oh my God. So I am very impressed with you, and I couldn't wait to greet you tonight, you know?
I am so excited to be here, and I love your energy. I love what you stand for, and just your beautiful smile and your
Oh,
laughter. It's very captivating and
uh-huh.
scroll stopping.
You know, I was talking to Dave and Roxanne, and I've done so many interviews, but I never went back and watched any of the interviews because I felt like satisfied.
Mhm.
But when I did theirs, I went back and I was like, my cheeks was like hurting because I was
They're
smiling. I thought it
hurting.
went really well. Yeah. So thank you for the compliments. I really appreciate it.
Yes, I
So
mean
would I,
it's a true. Actually, I'm not lying. It's when you vibe with
did
people
anyone
that
pay
you
you, Sophie?
you
Did anyone pay you?
um if they're paying me, I didn't know they're paying me. Okay.
So for all of you watching, I hope you're getting a kick out of it, right? Because I've known her for so many years now, and look how we're catching up. All right, listen, I've never met her, I've never seen her before,
Mm,
and it felt like family. It
yes.
seems like we were in the same sisterhood, right?
Exactly. And it's when you just vibe with people and you get that same energy that you give out there and you get it back as a form of pat.
Yes, yes.
We're
It takes two to
sisters for
tango,
life.
right? It takes two to
Mhm.
tango. Listen, look at this. This doesn't make a sound, right? But make a sound. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad you're sending out that message. So whoever, if ever you're coming to my show, you better bring the energy.
That's right. That's right. This is the energy you have to live up to.
Yes, it's chat with Pat. All right, guys.
That's right.
Yes. So without any further ado, I'll go into the questions because I know you have your
Yes.
little ones. Yeah. And listen, guys, she said, bring it on, bring in all the questions, whatever you want. I can answer anything. And she's bold, she's brave, and she's beautiful too. She got the whole package.
Thank you. You gotta think on your toes when you're an ICU nurse, you know?
That's right. Yeah.
You know?
It seems like you have to walk on your brains all the time, right?
Exactly. You're saving lives. You gotta think on your toes. There's no lollygagging.
Right, that's true. And I salute you. I have so much regards and respect for your profession.
Thank
And
you.
I want to say thank you for all that you do.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I love being a nurse. So I will never, I my passion for nursing, I'm through and through a nurse.
I could see that. I
Yeah.
could sense it. I could feel it. And I
Yes.
know the people who have you, the patients who have you, they probably pray and thank God that it's you, you know?
Yeah. Yes.
So
It's a gift. It's a gift.
yes, yes. And cherish that. So your first question is, what inspired you to pursue a career in nursing, especially in the ICU?
Yes. It's a stereotypical of us Filipinos to be nurses, right?
Everywhere I go, there is a Filipino nurse. Everywhere I go, there is a Filipino nurse.
Yep. We're everywhere. We're
Yes.
everywhere. Okay?
Mhm.
But there's no nurses in my family.
Really?
There's no nurses. I'm the only nurse in my family. And
Wow.
I have big family, right?
Okay. Are they
But
all over here?
they're my mom and my sister are here, and the
Mhm.
rest are still back home in the Philippines.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
yeah, none of them. They're all business owners. A lot of like tech and taxing and and all that, but healthcare.
Okay. Okay.
So. I was working one time in a hospital, and I work in the kitchen in the hospital. I
Mm-hmm.
deliver food to patients, and
Mm.
my boss at that time, she has a daughter who was a travel nurse. And I said, what
Oh,
the heck? I was like, that is so
so
great.
cool,
And she
right?
kept
Yeah.
telling me that she can travel anywhere and then do nursing. And I was like, that's a perfect combination. And I said, so I'll look into that then. So
Yeah.
I changed, that was high school. I just graduated high school, didn't know what to do. I went to college and I said, I'm going to be pre nursing.
Okay.
So I did pre nursing, and then um, a year later or 2 years later, I was still working in the kitchen, and the hospital has a medical mission, and
Hmm.
it was supposed to go to Iquitos, Peru, along the Amazon River, right in the border of Brazil.
Next to my country, Guyana.
Yes, so it's
Wow.
just right there.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, well, I'm a broke college student. I don't have any money.
Right.
But I said, I'm going. So I went, not knowing that the hospital, I told them I don't have any money. How will I get money?
Yeah.
With that, they sponsored my trip
Wow.
because I am an employee and all I have to pay was $500.
Oh my goodness.
And I said, score, I'm going. And at that time, I was pre-nursing and my major was actually Spanish. I
Mm.
needed to practice my Spanish. So I said,
Wow.
okay, perfect. So I had 1 year into Spanish already. I got all A's in all of my classes. And I said, maybe I'll be one of the translator, right?
Ooh,
So
cool.
I translated at that time.
Uh-huh.
Um, we were setting up clinics along the Amazon River every single day for 7 days. And
Mm-hmm.
we were, meeting all the locals and all that. And by the end of that trip, I was like, this was the reason why I was here.
Hmm.
It solidified my passion for nursing.
Nursing. Wow.
And I said, I was meant to be here to see helping people. And along the Amazon River at that time, when I had that aha moment, I
Mm-hmm.
saw a blue morpho butterfly, which is a good luck butterfly.
Okay.
And I said, if this is not meant to be, it's
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what else. And
Oh,
ever since then, I pursued nursing without stopping. I completed 2 years of being just a floor nurse, and I became
mhm.
a travel nurse, which was my dream.
Weird dream, right?
Yep,
Wow.
that's why I got into nursing. And
Wow.
then I accomplished that for a couple of years. I hit my 5 years into nursing and I got bored. I said I wanted to challenge myself
Ah,
to change and have more critical thinking, have more responsibilities.
right.
And I said I'm going to go to the ICU. I
Mm.
was trained in one of the biggest hospital and medical center in the world here in Houston,
Mm-hmm.
and I never looked back. I thrived so well in the ICU, become a nurse leader, and then pursued further education with my dual masters so I can be, a nurse leader, like a manager and a director, ultimately wanting to be a chief nursing officer in the
Wow.
hospital.
Hmm.
That's my ultimate goal.
Right.
And I found this business and I became the CEO of my own business.
Amen to that. Amen to that. So, Sophie, so no matter how you turn it and twist it, right? We may make our plans and we may have all these ideas, but when God has a purpose for you, right? He will take you places
Yes.
until you find your true calling, right? You had
Yep.
to go to Brazil to realize your dreams and your vision for your plan and your future, and that's a good thing. And sometimes people who are looking out there, they may feel that they already fulfilled their purpose in life, or they can't find their purpose in life. Guys, it's here. We're sharing it with you. We're telling it to you, right? This is your path to success. Sophie found her path, but she wants more. Why? We'll know more about that, right? So thank you so much for that answer. That was an awesome answer. But I have a so como se llama? Tell the people them.
Mio, Sophia Javier, right? Tell me about that. I'm very rusty. I can tell you the Texas
Okay.
bedside
So
nursing
let me put you to
Spanish.
buenas noches, Sofia.
Buenas noches, mi amigos, mi amigas.
¿Cuántos años tienes, Sofia?
Tengo 38 años.
Ooh. All right, we'll stop there now. All right, let's go to your next question. What's your favorite thing about being a mom to your two little ones? You got some easy questions, kiddo.
Oh, my favorite thing. Um, actually, the besides all of the things that they're doing, and all that, I
Hmm.
love seeing the aha moments
Yeah.
when their eyes lit up that they can actually do something that they didn't know
No.
before, and I am able to witness it.
Yeah.
That is my favorite thing.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
and with this, the reason why I started this business was because I wanted more of that moments. I never
Yes.
want to miss that moment. And giving me, since they're so young, they're 1 and 3 years old, and I'm gonna
Yes.
have a lot of more
Beautiful
milestones
moments and
just like
milestones.
that,
Yes.
that I
Hmm.
cannot miss because they're young just once, right?
Hmm.
Um, and I love seeing that, the aha moments, the light bulb when it's clicking in their head, and I teach my kids Tagalog, which is our dialect. I teach
Oh,
them,
yes. And how are
and
they doing with that?
they're doing really well.
Because they're
Um,
young, so they catch on real quick. Yeah.
they catch on real quick, and then their dad speaks English with them, so they're bilingual.
Hmm.
So when they say, like, my 1 year old will say, one word here in Tagalog, one word there, and when she said it for the first time, and I'm like, oh, I'm
It does
actually
resonate
doing
when you keep teaching
something.
it. It does resonate. Yeah.
It's, I'm like, it's actually paying off. You're actually picking up what I'm saying, what I'm telling you, and all that. So those little moments is so precious to me. um I it's I always say, life before my kids was great. Every 2 weeks my husband and I would travel, we'll go anywhere. But
Yeah.
now that I'm a mother, I can't imagine a life without them.
And isn't it so amazing to know that, okay, you love your husband, you fall in love with your husband, and you love him so much, but when
Mhm.
you have your own kid, isn't it that love is like so different?
Yes, yes.
It's it
It's
is.
so different. And when they look at you with that
Mhm,
admiration,
mhm.
with the things that you're saying and you're teaching them, it's it feels good. It feels really good to be a mother.
When I had my first child, and I brought her home from the hospital, I held her in my arms, and I walked into my street. That was the proudest moment of my life. I felt like I was God, like I created a human being. It was
Yes.
like the best feeling in the world. And I know you guys, with this day and age now, you guys have all the technology and all the pictures. I didn't have that. I didn't have that with my kids. I barely have a few pictures of them. I had a 110 camera back then. I'm talking 33 years ago, right? And we didn't have the luxury of having all of these pictures, all the beautiful moments to capture with your kids. So my advice to you: take advantage of it, enjoy it, and take as much pictures and videos, because when they get older, they're going to want to see all of that.
Yeah, and I can leverage it in their wedding when they're, butt naked in the bathroom. I can show it to their future wife and husband.
Yes. Yeah, you can embarrass them a little. Yeah,
Exactly.
so yeah. So I didn't have that part of it. I tell my kids, sorry guys, they never wore Pampers. They wore diapers.
I was a diaper baby.
Yes.
Hmm.
Uh yeah, so after a time is another, we evolve, we change, we become better, and the world is going digital, right?
Yep.
And
Yep.
everything is digital. We don't even have paper pictures anymore. Kodak, there's no
Mm,
Kodak moment anymore. Everything is all
yeah.
digitalized, right?
Yes, even the scrapbooks. It's the scrapbook are supposed to be cutting using your hands, your
Yeah.
imagination. All that.
Mhm.
All of those are digital
The-
now too.
yes, everything is the creativity. The creativity of us humans are disappearing. We're
Mhm.
not going to think anytime soon. We're going to stop thinking.
Exactly. Everything is being handed to us.
Yes, yes. So your next question is, what are some important lessons you've learned from your experience in healthcare that you apply to your daily life?
Um, I never, take anything for granted.
That's good. Yeah.
Because as we see, not only during the pandemic, but when you're in the ICU, it's really a life and death
Yes.
situation.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen a lot of death. I've seen a lot of people walk out of the ICU, which is great, right?
Mm-hmm.
But those moments, it actually gives you a perspective of how precious your time really is,
Absolutely.
because you
Mm-hmm.
could be doing just one thing, and the other thing is you're down in the hospital, you're in the ER, you end up in the ICU, and then you don't make it back home,
Life
right?
is uncertain, right? You
Yep.
never know the next moment.
You never know when is that time. You
Right.
never know if you have more time with your family. You never know.
Right.
You never know. And that is the one thing that I always cherish, that I
Mm-hmm.
don't have that exact time. I don't know how long I'll be there. So I take the opportunity to say thank you to people that I want to thank to. I
Mm-hmm.
say I love you to the people that that I want to. I say I love you. I
Right.
tell people when I think of them, I miss you. Whether it's just a text, I haven't seen you in a while. I check
Right.
on people, um, and also I say yes to all opportunities, because I never know when was the next time I'll say yes to opportunity again. So I never ever take anything for granted. And people will
Mm-hmm.
always say, hey, why do you always have this, even though you work in the ICU in such a grim situation and all that, but you
Mm-hmm.
always have this gratefulness? It's
Mm-hmm.
because of that,
Right.
because I've seen the hardest situation of people, their vulnerability. I
Mm-hmm.
want to acknowledge that and be grateful to the situation that I'm in, that I'm not, and the
Mm-hmm.
opportunities that is ahead of me. Um, it's a simple being grateful every single day, honestly.
Yes, we must have the attitude of gratitude, right? So
Mhm.
you guys hear her. She works at the ICU. She see many lives, gone in a second, and she appreciate life. She has a different perspective on life, and when you're a nurse and you're in that situation, and generally anybody on the whole, right? Life is uncertain. So live your life as if you're going to die the next minute. Live a very loving life and love your family, love your kids, love your husband, your wives, your relatives. Love them like there is no tomorrow, right? Don't keep malice and hatred and jealousy and pride. Don't have that anger inside you. Love your neighbor, love your friends, because life is uncertain,
Mhm.
right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
So if you have a bad blood with someone, you better call them now. Text them and say, I'm sorry and I love you. Okay? Good.
Mhm. Yes, exactly, exactly. There's no time for that, It's
Yeah,
time is a currency.
that's true.
Mhm.
So your next question, you're doing pretty good. I am so impressed and I'm so proud of you, Miss Nursey.
I tell you, you can give me 10 questions. I'll be okay.
So how do you and your partner support each other both at home and in your careers?
Oh, we do a lot of tag teaming.
Mm,
Our household is a team,
mm.
and we function on schedule.
Oh, okay.
Um, I am very neurotic.
Uh-huh.
Um, my husband is very analytic.
Okay.
And
Uh-huh.
so my wanting to have control of a lot of things, then that is our schedule.
Okay.
My children are on schedule. As
Mm-hmm.
soon as they came out of me, they're on schedule for sleep, for feeding, you name it, for bedtime, they're on schedule. Until now, they're on schedule, right? Our
So,
calendar is everything.
uh-huh.
But with regards to caring for our kids, we
Mm-hmm.
don't have a nanny. We don't have any family around. It's just my husband and I that takes care of the kids. And so the tag teaming is when he used to work before he started graduate school.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he would work the first three. I'll take care of the kids during that time. And then I would work the next three. He will take care of the kids, and we will have 1 day off together as
Wow.
a whole family.
Wow.
So for the last 3.5 years, that's how we've functioned. So if like now you're interviewing me, my kids are about to go to bed, my
Mm-hmm.
husband is there,
Oh.
finishing up the rest so they can go to bed. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot of communication, a lot of tag teaming, a lot of, it's so cliche, but it's the teamwork for us.
And that's
We,
how it's supposed to be, right?
yes, and we are partners in crime. And
I love it. I love it. You
we
have to be
are
part of the
through
tribe.
and through. We've worked together before in the ICU because he's an
Uh-huh.
ICU nurse as well. So
Mm-hmm.
we know how each other work. We've known each other how, what our strengths and our weaknesses, and then
Uh-huh.
we catch up on each other and how's that. But yes, a lot of scheduling is how this house function.
So, if I should put everything in a nutshell, you follow my procedure, the CIC process. You wake up with clarity, you carry your day with intention, and you do it consistently,
Yes,
right?
yes. And then, the ICU part of that is if something didn't go well, you kind of just adjust,
Right, right.
you just
Mhm.
adapt to whatever situation, that unexpected situation that comes, and you just think about the solution and move on.
Absolutely. So when I first came to the US, I used to do three babysitting jobs. So if you do need a nanny, I'm available.
Are you,
Yeah.
how much do you charge and how close are you? Because
Listen, you have to book my flight. I'm in New York.
I know you are in New
So
York. You're on the other side, halfway.
yes, right. And my husband did all the cooking, the cleaning, the homework. He take the kids out of the park. He did all of that. So I miss all of that. So I'm trying to make up now. I'm making up, even though they're grown women now. I'm making it up back to them now. Mhm.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes,
That's
yeah,
awesome. And this business is giving that to you.
absolutely. The business give you leverage of time to spend with your family and your loved ones, and that's amazing.
Yes. Yes.
So you are on your final question, young lady. You got A plus, A plus. Look at that. So, so how do your experiences as a nurse influence the way you approach parenting? Hmm. All your questions about nursing and thing today. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, like this is such a breath of fresh air for me because, not a lot of people have dug a little bit deeper
Deeper,
on my
yes,
nursing side and my
yes,
motherhood side. And
right.
so I really, really love all of these questions that you're asking.
Mm-hmm.
And with disciplining my kids and everything about my kids, um like I said, with valuing being grateful,
Mm-hmm.
teaching them the values of of love, the
Mm-hmm.
value of being grateful, of the little things that you have to say thank you for,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I teach them that. And also disciplining is a thing in our household.
You,
It's
you don't spare the rod and spoil the child.
that doesn't exist in my household, unfortunately. Which I'm fortunate that that doesn't exist in my household. That
Mm-hmm.
I am grateful for that. That disciplining and respect is a big thing in our household.
Mm-hmm.
So whether it's boundaries and their limits, and they my daughter is 1 year old and she's strong willed.
Mm-hmm. She,
Very
I wonder who she
strong-willed,
takes after.
very strong-willed. Okay. And my son is very calm, just like his dad.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You're the feisty
Um,
one, I know.
and so my daughter tend to beat up my son,
Oh, wow.
which is going to be a future problem. But at this time, she's being disciplined for for that.
Oh, wow. It'll be a never-ending story because I grew up with four boys. I'm surprised I still have hair on my head. One time my brother pulled my hair so hard, right? And he ran under the sofa to hide. I have a scissors in my hand. So what I did, I clip under the sofa and clip him on his tummy. He still have the mark unto this day. So I grew up with boys. I was like a tomboy. Every time my mom
Mhm.
missed me, I was up in a tree, a cherry tree, a guava tree, or some kind of tree, right back home.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, so I was a ruffian. I kick and cuff and box and do all this stuff with the
That's
boys. Yeah,
me too. You will never see me playing dolls. I never played with
I
dolls.
never had a doll. Yeah,
I never played with dolls. I'm always climbing in trees on the roof and always getting trouble, and yeah, I'm always outside, um,
I remember my
roughhousing with everybody else.
I remember one time my dad told my mom, "You might as well give her a short and pants and cut her hair short because she's like a boy." But I grew up to be a lady.
Yeah, same here. Same
Yeah,
here.
so you'll have never-ending battles with the two of them unless you have another one, you know?
Yeah. Yes. Gosh.
Yes. So you did an amazing job. You answered all your questions perfectly. You did great. So because you did so good, you have a bonus question.
Yes.
All right. So with such a busy lifestyle, I see you, kids, husband, business owner. If you were given a golden ticket to take a month off without kids, without husband, without anyone, work and anything, and you're alone and you got this golden ticket to go somewhere for a month, where will you go? What will you do?
My Actually, in my vision board,
Uh-huh.
I have Antarctica.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
I really want to take one of those National Geographic boats that
Uh-huh.
go to Antarctica
Uh-huh.
and That is one of my dreams. I really want to see all of those penguins and all of the
Oh,
waves going in
uh-huh.
on the way to Antarctica, all of the seals and the polar bears and you name it,
Mm-hmm. All
100%.
right.
If I get stuck there, I would be okay.
Oh my goodness. Wow, you're out of this world, kid. I thought you would say I want to go to Dubai and all these places. No, but you're a nature girl, you know?
I love nature. I just love traveling, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
My husband and I think we built our relationship traveling. And
Mm-hmm.
so that connection between us is amazing, and connection with other people that we've met, the different culture. It's and I lived in the Philippines where my husband and I are scuba divers. We love hiking. I lived in Colorado,
Oh,
so
good.
I've always been a kind of all around,
Oh my,
activities. You tell me what activities, I would do it,
you're there. So,
except
so,
for skydiving.
oh, okay. So you take all the unnecessary risk in life, and you even took the necessary risk and become a business owner,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So because you took that risk, Sophie, there are other people who are scared to take that risk today, to become a business owner. They're on the sidelines, they're on the fence, and they don't know what to do. They're wavering their mind. They have skepticism, doubts, fears, and everything in between. But they don't have money either.
Mhm.
Can you invite them into this business and tell them about your website, my website?
Yes, certainly. You need to take a leap of faith for you,
Mm-hmm.
not for anybody else.
Right.
You need to say yes for you. It's your turn.
Mm-hmm.
You've put yourself for everybody else. Take a leap of faith for yourself, for that change that you've been craving for. You know, we have free information that we can give you. Free information. And then if you like what you see on the free webinar that we see, it's 149 is the next step,
Right.
right? It's 149 and it's refundable. We want you to take that leap of faith. We want you to see what this business is all about without risking a lot. You need to make that informed decision.
Mm-hmm.
You need that for yourself. And then if you want to move forward, we have coaches that have options for you that can give you all of the strategies that you need in order to become a business owner.
Absolutely.
So if you're even thinking, even, I have a lot of things on my plate, and
Mm-hmm.
yet I am thriving. Pat is thriving in this business. You have our name here. You have our email, our website here. We are
Mm-hmm.
not scammers. We don't want to scam people. That's not what we do. We show our face. I just told you my life story for
For
God.
exactly, exactly. Listen, I tell people that they ask me, "Is this real?" I said, "Look at me. Do I look like I can survive in jail?"
Yes. And my nursing license, that's a public information.
Absolutely, yeah.
You
Mm-hmm.
can look it up. I'm in Texas. I have other licenses in other states. You can look me up to
Mm-hmm.
verify if I'm a real person. That is a public information. So I am not here to scam anybody. Pat and I are here to mentor people who wants a change in their life, and that option is starting their own business that they call their own,
Yes,
to have that financial freedom, the flexibility, and the time freedom that we are all lacking. in
Right.
our lives to get
Yes.
our time back.
Yes, guys, I would like to join with Sophie as well. Sophie is impacting moms like you out there, ambitious parents like you. I'm impacting people. We want to leave an impact on the lives of people. We want to transform lives. And people ask us, do you want to impact people or do you want to be successful? Why not both? Right?
And you
I
can
can impact
certainly
people
do
and I
that
can be
here
successful and you
together.
can be successful, right?
Hmm.
So we can have both the best worlds. Like someone said, "Oh my God, you have curly hair." I said, "Thank God, I can straighten my hair when I want it, and I have curly hair, so I have both the best world, right?"
Yeah.
And in this business, you can have both of the best world, right? You can impact others with your business, and you can be successful as well. And all it takes is one leap of faith, one step. And when you make that one step, it'll transform your mindset, it'll build your confidence, it'll motivate your mind, and you will be a different human being around your family, around your loved ones. You will talk differently, you will walk differently, you have a different character, you portray a different mindset. And guys, you'll be a business owner, you'll be a CEO. You don't have to wake up to alarms anymore. You don't have anybody to dictate your life. You don't have people to micromanage you at work. You are your own boss. All it takes is 149. So if you are having skepticism, please take action today. Tomorrow never comes. With any last words, Sophie?
No, I just want to say hi to all of the people who are watching. To Patricia, Ate Lorne. Hello, hello, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate all of you guys for tuning in. And for those of
Yes.
you who are still skeptical,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Yep, go ahead.
we give you that opportunity to actually explore this business, to ask all the questions that you have. So if you have any question, send us a message. Pat or me, go to our websites, um, and send us a message. Don't let that fear stop you, because you never know what doors will open when you say yes to opportunity.
Because because a closed mind cannot enter open doors.
Hmm.
All
Just
right.
like a closed mouth cannot be fed.
There you go. And we can go on and on. But that being said, I always like to close my program by saying if you look around and you find that there are no good human beings in the world, please be the first one to be kind, caring, and loving. And Sophie, I want to thank you wholeheartedly for being here. You are so jovial. You are a breath of fresh air. Love you, girl. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
And good night to everyone.
Good night,